Hello everybody, it's Captain Hooch here. Today we're back in Elite Dangerous. Now, I've seen a lot of complaints on the Elite Dangerous subreddit about people saying that the Federal Gunship has really crappy shields and is a worthless ship because of its bad shields. So, I took a look at it and I started thinking, well, yeah, the shields are crap. They're not that fantastic. I flew one around in a high-intensity combat zone, kinda got wrecked by an anaconda. Then I got thinking, the hull on this thing's pretty damn powerful. So, how about we drop the shields entirely, go with entirely hull-boosting internals, give this thing some military-grade composites, slap 3 beam lasers on it, and a couple multi-cannons for the small and medium hardpoints on the sides and top, and let's see how well it fares.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, we found ourselves inside of a low-intensity combat zone that's cropped up near Dalton Gateway in LHS 3447. So, we're going to be taking our Federal Gunship into this combat zone, and we're going to be fighting some other ships. We have no shields. All of our internal modules are dedicated to boosting our hull strength. We have military-grade composite, 3 fixed beam lasers on the underside of our ship. We have our medium hardpoints on the side, and our small hardpoints up top are dedicated as multi-cannons. So we're going to be flying around, we're going to be shooting at some other ships, we're going to see how well this thing handles, how well it survives. Everybody said the shields are crap, and with the new power plant sniping mechanics, where you don't necessarily die when your power plant reaches 0, perhaps hull tanking is now viable in Elite Dangerous. So let's see if that's what the developers had in mind. Did they intend for this ship to be a hull tank, or did they intend for shields to be used like everybody else does?
Under attack. Flight assist off. Under attack. Flight assist on.
Okay, that's one anaconda down. Let's move on to our next quarry and see if we can survive a little longer. So far our hull seems to be holding quite well.
Target shields online.
Looks like we found ourselves an asp, and it hasn't lived very long. Up next, we appear to have a cobra.
Target shields offline.
Okay, laser staying on target. Its shields are already down. Let's see how this sucker handles. Okay, hull's dropping fast, and the cobra is dead. What's next? Just cycle through some ships. Looks like we've decided upon a Viper. Gonna move in for the attack. Well, guess the security services beat us to that first.
Target destroyed.
And looks like we've killed everything in the combat zone for a minute, so let's go ahead and cut forward until the next round of ships shows up.
Under attack.
Okay, and we're back with another asp. Guns are taking the hull down, and the shields down pretty quick.
Offline.
So far, nothing seems to be paying us that much attention. I believe that Frontier has calmed down the aggro of enemy ships in combat zones. I remember when Power Play was launched, combat zones became pretty crazy because the moment you hopped into one, you became the favorite target of about every NPC ship there. Made them a little more difficult if you weren't in a wing. Okay, the asp is down. Let's move on. What do we got next? We have found ourselves another asp, it seems. So So we'll go ahead and boost in, try to get an attack.
Target shields offline.
So far, the whole tank is working pretty well, but I don't really have enough people shooting at me to really say if it's fantastic or not. As far as combat zones go, though, I've got to say the whole tank is faring way better than I expected. I'm taking a little bit of hits here, so... Hull's still holding, though. We're over 70%. It's not bad, considering how long we've been here. We got a Cobra.
Target shields offline.
Shield's already down. Get those multi-cannons on target. If the thing will stay in our sights, of course.
Under attack.
Okay. Hull's dropping quickly on the enemy. Almost there. And it's dead. What else is out here to
Target
kill?
destroyed.
Oh, an Anaconda. Great. Let's get in a little closer. Light her up.
Target shields offline.
Shields are down. Now you'll notice that we're not really targeting any of the modules. We're just seeing, in general, how well we'll do just
Warning.
trying to kill the ships.
Under attack.
Now, when it comes to Anacondas, my previous experience with them in combat zones since the update has been that they will wreck your shit, especially in a gunship, since the gunship has crap shields. However, this time, no shields. We are all hull. The Anaconda doesn't seem to be doing quite well. In fact, it doesn't seem to be hitting us at all, save for a couple of pot shots here and there. I got a bit of sparking on the consoles, but my hull appears to be holding quite well. Alright, so looks like we've got this thing down. We're going to go ahead and fast forward to the next few fights, and we'll come back at the end of this and discuss how I felt this worked out.
Target shields offline.
Haha! Spit roasted vulture.
Target destroyed. Under attack. Target shields offline. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Under attack. Module malfunction.
Okay, here we appear to have encountered our first issue running without shields as a pure hull tank. While our hull is holding pretty well, we do appear to have taken some power plant damage, and it appears everything in the ship kind of just shut down for a minute there. But we bounced back pretty quickly.
Target shields offline.
with that fight out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at our modules and see how well they're faring. So far, everything's looking pretty good, though when we scroll down to our power plant, we can see it's definitely taking quite a bit of damage. However, we're still holding out pretty strong, so let's continue and see how much longer we can survive in the combat zone.
Target shields offline.
Just gonna throw in a bit of advice. If you feel that you want to do a whole tank after 1.4 drops, or if you're in the beta and can do it now, don't ram anybody, it's a bad idea.
Target destroyed.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take another look at our hull after we fought a little more. Everything seems to be holding up decently enough, and our power plant looks okay. Our module damage isn't nearly as high as I expected it to be, so let's press forward.
Under attack.
Well, it looks like we've run out of ammo for our multi-cannons, so let's go ahead and cut power to those. Uh-oh, creaking glass. Might be time to keep a very close watch on our hull. We might want to consider running soon if our canopy breaks.
Under attack. Flight assist off. Target destroyed. Flight assist on. Target shields offline. Frameshift charge detected. Target destroyed. Target shields offline.
And we've lost our canopy. This might be our last fight.
Cabin pressure alert.
Canopy or not, let's see if we can take this Python down before we run.
Atmospheric failure. Under attack. Hull integrity critical. Module malfunction.
Probably not my best idea. Screw this,
Program
let's
capacity
run.
Exceeded. Thrusters offline. Cabin pressure alert. Thrusters online. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Well, we barely made it out alive. 1% hull left. At least we made it back to the station. As far as the combat zone went, for a low-intensity combat zone, we earned almost 1 million credit, a little bit over 970,000. So yeah, hull tanking's completely viable if you want to play PVE in 1.4. As far as PvP goes, I haven't had anybody to test that with yet. So if any of you other commanders out there would like to add me, it's Commander Captain Hooch. I'd be happy to run a few fights with you and see how well this goes. For now though, this is Captain Hooch, signing off.